Welcome to episode 48 of Squib Kick Radio. That is right, we are back after a week hiatus of a little bit of conflicting schedules, mostly on part of me, because I was actually pretty busy and visiting the homeland of Regina. But that being said, we have a ton of stuff to talk about this week, both in the CFL and, of course, in our beloved NFL. But probably most importantly, Harry and Riley, how are you doing today, boys?
I'm doing really good. Glad to be back. It was a lonely week without you boys. Glad you had some fun in Regina, Eli, but now it's time to get back to work.
Agreed. I'm doing good.
As always, Harry, I'm so glad you are doing good. I know I just saw you on the weekend, but glad you're still keeping on. Riley, let's just get right into it. We got a ton of stuff to talk about. So we are heating up in the CFL playoff run, and I need you to give me some sports advice into what to expect.
All right, well, the CFL is into its last couple weeks here. 2 games left, or 2 weeks left for everyone. Some teams only have this game left. It's a battle. All 6 playoff spots have been filled now, but there is a whole bunch going on at the top of the West. Winnipeg, Saskatchewan, or Calgary could all finish in first, I believe. I don't know if Winnipeg can stay up there. I don't think they can. I think second might actually be the best that they can do. But either way, with 2 games left, the battle for first in the West is pretty insane. Calgary's 11-5, Saskatchewan's 11-5, and Winnipeg's 10-7. So it's pretty crazy up at the top of the West there. Hamilton has their first place in the East locked up. They look really, really good. But let's look at how things went in Week 19. The Owls took down the Argos 27-24. I can't remember the last time the Alouettes played in a non-exciting football game. It seems like every game they play in comes down to the final drive or is just a really good, high-scoring football game, so they're fun to watch. McLeod Bethel-Thompson had another good week for the Argos. Vernon Adams Jr. played well. And I think this Montreal team really could give Hamilton a run for the money in the East, but they're going to have to play a perfect game in the playoffs, so we will see how that goes. But either way, Montreal doing well, and it's fun to see because it's better to have their fans in the league than to have them out like they have been for the past 5 years. So, yeah, good for the Owls. The Durs, another win, beat BC 27-19. I think the score kind of flattered BC, to be honest. I feel like the Riders were in control basically the entire time. Their defense played good. The offense did just enough against a scrappy team. So, did you guys see that catch that Brian Burnham almost made for the touchdown?
It was pretty gross.
Like, I would have just given it to him. That was filthy.
Yeah, that was a nice grab.
Harry, did you get a chance to see it?
No, I did not. But you guys make it sound awesome.
You got to go back and check it out. It was nasty.
It was super awesome, Harry.
I'm not even going to ask you what you were doing instead of watching the Rider game, because that's embarrassing. Anyway, moving on. Hamilton beat Ottawa 33-12. This Hamilton team they're insane. They're the best team in the CFL, in my opinion. They come out every week and perform well. Their offense is good, their defense is good, and they get Luke Tasker back this week, so he hasn't even been around for a while. So, the receiving core gets even better. So, yeah, Hamilton, pretty good. And then Calgary got past Winnipeg 37-33. It was a good game, real good football game.
Really good game. We watched this at the at Harry's place of residence, and it was weird cheering for Winnipeg because, a penalty would come up against Winnipeg, and I would just cheer because that's what I do, and then I realized, that doesn't help us. And then a couple turnovers. I thought Winnipeg was going to walk away with it, but
yeah. See,
the Stamps are just too good.
That's the thing. The Stamps just find ways to win. They even when they screw up, it just seems like they just figure it out. But yeah, they're a good football. They play again this week, so that'll be a good battle. The Durs play Edmonton as we slide into CFL news. It looks like Trevor Harris will come back for Edmonton. He's been out for the past few weeks, their star quarterback. So yeah, it's going to be a battle for the Durs. I mean, I don't think it's going to be an easy game by any means. Edmonton hasn't been great lately, but Trevor Harris is an elite quarterback in the league. And the Durs will be in tough, but they got to keep winning if they want first place in the West, so that should be a big one. Speaking of the Durs, Harry's boy, Cody Fajardo, signed a 2-year deal. 2-year extension with the Durs to stick around, so I'm hearing that it's in the $450,000 per range, so a nice chunk of change for Fajardo for the next 2 years.
Yeah,
it's a couple bucks.
I think he could be the guy, but I'm not gonna fully give it to him yet. But excited that there's finally a candidate.
Are you gonna buy a jersey?
No. My next Rider jersey is just gonna be a plain jersey, nothing.
Just very neutral.
What number are you gonna get on it?
Nothing.
You should get minus like 2.
Yeah,
I agree.
Or just nothing. Or just, well, we'll see.
Yeah, and then more quarterback news is the recently acquired Zach Collaros will start for Winnipeg against Calgary this week. Chris Streveler has gone to the one-game IR because he took an absolute beating against Calgary. Could barely walk off the field at the end of the game, so Collaros will start for Winnipeg this week.
Do we think he finishes the game?
No.
I hope so.
I hope he does. I hope he does. Or I hope he stays healthy all year and misses. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he should have retired.
Does Collaros give Winnipeg a better chance now against Calgary?
I don't think so. I mean, he hasn't played since week 1.
I think more importantly, because the key to success to this game will be Bo Levi Mitchell. He made a lot of really bad mistakes in that Winnipeg game last week.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like he throws a lot because that's pretty much just what Calgary does.
Yeah, they don't really have a run game.
No, but a couple of really bad reads on Bo Levi's part.
Yeah, maybe he's just
we'll
scared
see how
of
it
Willie
goes.
Jefferson.
Beaumont 6s.
I would be scared of Willie Jefferson.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
I think that's it for news and recap of the CFL. So, guess we'll just slide on into my picks, hey?
Yeah.
Well, last week I was back on the perfect train when it comes to straight up. I went 4-0, 2-2 against the spread. There were some hard spreads to pick, but I picked all the right teams, so I guess that's all right. 54-19 straight up this year, and 45-28 against the spread. So, yeah, I'm just keeping on making you guys money. I indulged in a few of my bets on Bodog last week and made some pretty good change. So, you guys should listen to me. Maybe not this week. This is a tough one. Game 1, Calgary at Winnipeg. I'm taking the Stamps minus 2.5. I just don't see Zach Collaros beating Bo Levi in a QB duel. And I think Calgary walks away with this one by at least a touchdown. Hamilton at Montreal. I'm going to take Hamilton minus 2.5. I haven't seen anybody that's been able to beat them lately, so I'm not going to bet against them because I think that's just silly. So yeah, Hamilton minus 2.5 against Montreal. Ottawa at Toronto. Toronto's looked better since Pinball came in as GM. They almost beat Montreal last week. They won the first week he was in. So I'm going to take the Argos minus 6.5. I've heard some rumblings that Canadian quarterback, a draft pick in last year's draft, Michael O'Connor, might get some reps for Toronto as well as McLeod Bethel-Thompson. So it'll be cool to see another Canadian QB get a little bit of action. He's really good. He led the UBC for quite a few years and was a monster, so we'll see how it translates to the professional game. And then Saskatchewan at Edmonton. I'm taking the Durs minus 2. I just think they're a more well-rounded team, and we have a better head coach that doesn't lose his gasket and take penalties. So,
let's go, Durs.
Durs over Edmonton. So recapping, Calgary minus 2.5 versus Winnipeg, Hamilton minus 2.5 versus Montreal, Toronto minus 6.5 versus Ottawa, and the Durs minus 2 against Edmonton in Week 20.
All right. Nice. Well, doing well straight up.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Pretty well against the spread. Spread's tough. It is just a tough thing to bet on.
Yeah, I'll take my 48 wins this year against the spread. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, moving to the NFL. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened since we would have last talked to you guys because obviously we didn't record last week. But I guess one of those things highlighting that is the Patrick Mahomes injury, which scared the entire football world.
Yeah, it was gross. I saw them pop his knee back in on live television, and I thought he was done.
Yeah, and I still I wasn't watching the game, so I still haven't seen the injury, but it's pretty crazy that he is taking second team reps as of today, which is Thursday, and looking like he's going to start next week. So that is crazy. It'll be interesting to see, though, what transpires with this, because you don't want to rush him back. Like, I get it. You want him to play, but I wouldn't. That's not a guy you rush back.
I don't know. It's Andy Reid, though. Maybe he's just, like, doing all this, making it seem like he's way better than he is, but he knows he's going to miss 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, they could just be trying to get in Green Bay's head. That's who they play this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it'll be sad if we miss the Mahomes versus Rodgers matchup, but I wouldn't play him.
I think we will. I don't think he's starting. I don't think he plays at all, to be completely honest.
I wouldn't play him.
No. Cool. I guess a bit of a Week 7 recap. Dallas stomped the Eagles.
Yeah, how do you lose to the Jets and then stomp the Eagles? I just don't understand.
As far as this game is concerned, I don't know about Philly, man. I don't hold Philly very high.
Yeah, I don't think Carson Wentz is all that great.
Oh.
To be honest with you.
That's a hot take.
What has he done this year? Like, I don't think he's been very good at all.
Yeah, he's still a really good quarterback. He definitely hasn't
been great.
But
I think he needs better weapons, to be completely honest.
Yeah, maybe if Aguilar actually attempted to catch the ball sometimes, that'd be nice.
I saw him make a pretty good catch in that game.
Yeah, he got called out on social media for not even trying on a ball. He didn't even reach his hands out because he just didn't want to drop it.
If he would have reached for that ball and caught it, I would have beat Eli in fantasy this week.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was pretty glad Carson didn't do very well. But I guess Patriots defense is still really good. Actually, this is a really interesting story. I like this because Bill Belichick, doing what Bill Belichick does, has found a loophole in the rules where they were able to run off, what was it, Riley? An extra minute and a half off the clock when there was 9 minutes left in the game. No, there was, I think, 11 minutes left in the game in the fourth quarter, and they were just trying to kill the clock. And instead of punting, they took a delay of game penalty, which, of course, the Jets declined, thus continuing to run the play clock. And then, right before the play clock was going to run out, Brandon Bolden took a voluntary false start penalty, which then, again, resulted in a penalty, of which the Jets declined. And then, when it was all said and done and they punted, they ran an extra minute and a half off the clock. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, is he just trying to run the clock out because the game is boring? Because I hope so.
I think he was, but at the same time, I think he's just having his fun with the NFL now. He knew a loophole, and he probably exploited it. His coaching staff, I mean, they're absolutely blowing teams out, so they're like, we might as well find a way to get these games done with. And they're like, hey, we found a loophole. Let's try it.
Yeah, I agree.
And
that's totally Bill.
Yeah.
But that's why.
Yeah.
The defense is still outscoring the offenses they've played against this year, and we're going into week 8.
Yep, they're scary. And Sam Darnold was quoted by saying he's seeing ghosts.
Yeah, that they did him dirty there. The team's not happy about it. The team is not happy about that at all.
But, I mean, hey, if you're... oh, I'm getting a phone call. It is probably the
IRS?
Yeah, it's probably either the IRS or Roger Goodell ringing me on my line. I hit decline, though, so...
Attaboy.
Yep.
Yeah, Goodell's like, stop talking about this.
Yeah. I'm bugged. I'm getting buzzed again. They're not happy about this, Riley.
Yeah,
but,
all right. Well, we better move on while you're turning your phone off, because you should lock your doors, too, because they're going to come busting into your house.
No, this isn't the MLB. We don't have to worry about that.
I'm impressed with Zona lately.
Yeah. Yeah, the young quarterback looks good.
Yeah, it's a decent team, and they finally have a running back there in Arizona.
Yeah.
David Johnson's still the man. He's obviously hurt or something. Okay. He's a stud.
I throw that jab at Harry because he's a big DJ guy. But yeah, I think they've won 3 in a row, or at least 2 in a row for sure. So they've played well. But, I don't know if it's sustainable, but Kyler Murray looks all right.
Yeah, and I like to see it. Well, and getting Patrick Peterson back this past week off his 6-game suspension is definitely, it doesn't hurt them having one of the top corners in the NFL back.
Yeah.
So, and in his first game back, he forced a fumble. So instant. That's what we call an instant impact, Riley.
Yeah, he's a beast. Patty P's a beast. You have his jersey, I believe.
I do.
So
PEDs or not, I'm a big fan. Big fan of the guy.
Yeah.
LSU. I have his college jersey too. I have both.
There you go. Yeah. I like him.
Yep.
My boy.
Your boy. Yeah. Talk about the Falcons. The Falcons, Riley. I'm in your head right now. I'm living in it. I own property and I'm renting it out on Airbnb.
Man, this team's hard to watch. I wish I wasn't such a diehard and could just switch teams like you do.
Thanks.
But yeah, I mean, they traded Sanu. I think getting a second for him from New England's great. I mean, they don't really need him.
No, they don't. I think they've been looking to part ways with him ever since Calvin Ridley became a beast.
Yeah, and I mean, last week it was gross. Aaron Donald picked up Devontae Freeman, so Devontae Freeman punched him in the head and got kicked out. Matt Schaub came in when Matt Ryan got hurt and led the only touchdown drive of the game. And it doesn't look like Matty Ice is going to play this week, so it's going to be Matt Schaub time. And they, they're probably going to lose again, Eli. And that's just how it is.
Yep, they're not good.
No.
Falcons aren't a good football team.
Their
it's
offense,
just easy.
Until this week, had been keeping them in games, but that defense is sickening.
Yeah, they're just not good.
And it
Poor
hurts
Julio.
my feelings.
I feel bad for Julio.
I know, they have the offensive weapons to be an elite team. And their defense is garbage. And Matt Ryan throws untimely interceptions and fumbles the ball. But he also gets sacked before it seems like the snap even gets to his hands. I mean, that O-line is terrible. Their skill position players are fine. The O-line's bad, the defense is bad. And that leads to a bad football team.
Yeah, it's a tough look in Atlanta. But hey, they have cheap hot dogs.
That's true. Too bad. They're reporting 72,000 people every week, but really it's like 55. So, they sell 72,000 tickets and then 55,000 show up.
Or they sell that. That's how many hot dogs are bought.
Yeah, maybe. But, for sure, I'm getting 3 hot dogs at a game if they're $2.
Yeah, for sure. You're crazy not to.
Yeah. I'd like to stop talking about my Falcons, though, please. They hurt my feelings.
All right. Harry, I'm going to direct this at you. Do you think Drew Brees plays this week? Or do you think they keep him out one more and roll with the 5-0 Teddy Bridgewater?
I think they'd be better off to keep him out because then they have a bye. So, that just kind of makes sense. But
I
at
agree.
The same time, if he really if he tells Peyton he's playing. So,
I feel like they have that division locked up.
Yeah.
Why bring him back when they have a bye next week?
Do they play Kamara then as well?
I mean,
I hope so.
Yeah. Maybe. Even the same thing can go for Kamara as well. But
I think they keep both of them out and they let Teddy Two Gloves do what he's been doing.
Latavius Murray had a pretty good week last week.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, he definitely carried the load, which was nice to see. 'Cause he's struggled in that role since, at least in his time with Minnesota, when he was leaned upon when Dalvin Cook's knees went. He wasn't super effective. Yeah,
Latavius has always kind of been a change of pace back. He's never really taken the reins except for his first season or whatever. But yeah, no, he played very well last week, and I picked him up off waivers, so it was a good time.
Yep. Okay, Riley, in our notes here, you say, where will Gordon end up? Are we talking Josh Gordon?
I am talking
Melvin?
Josh Gordon because Josh Gordon says that he's close to being able to come back, but the Patriots have put him on season-ending IR. So after the trade deadline, if they release him, he has to go through the waiver process, and anyone can pick him up, starting with the Dolphins.
Do we think the Dolphins pick him up?
I do not. I think a playoff contender would, though.
Chiefs? Seahawks?
Chiefs are pretty deep. Seahawks are an option. I don't know. I don't think the Chiefs would. They're pretty deep at receiver.
Ooh, Cowboys, yeah.
Cowboys
I don't
could.
mind that.
Yeah.
I don't
The
mind
Cowboys for sure.
But I see them releasing him and him finding a new home.
I could see Jerry opening him with welcome arms.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean...
I don't really even know. I mean, there's some receivers on the market right now. AJ Green being one of them.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who drafted him are kind of just... They're hopeful that he would come back. What was it? It was like week 6 that he was supposed to come back, and now he just doesn't want to play for the
I think the Bengals know they can get more for him in the offseason than they can right now at the trade deadline. So...
Yeah. Well, and I guess we can talk about other Gordon, too. I mean... Melvin is definitely on the trade block, and there's been some rumors that he's going to move around. But I think it was in our football group chat that someone said, why would someone trade for him when they know he's not going to re-sign and they can just get him in the offseason?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's another murky waters.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll leave those two as question marks. Quandre Diggs from the Lions has now found a new home in Seattle.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, Lions players are choked.
Yeah,
they loved him.
Pretty butthurt.
He was great. Seahawks definitely picked up an elite safety.
They are Seattle's defense, or Seattle's slowly rebuilding their defense.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you got Bobby Wags there, everyone wants to come play with him.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Their defense it's going to be good.
I was surprised by how not good they were against Baltimore last week, though.
Yeah, I just don't think they schemed very well for Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar the running back.
Yeah. But, yeah. Anyways, Quandre Diggs to the Seahawks. I like it.
Yeah.
And then Emmanuel Sanders to the Niners. I also really like this. He's a bit older, but I don't know. I'm a big fan. Niners just didn't really have a solid receiver to lean on.
Yeah, they don't have a guy. George Kittle was the guy last year, but he's kind of average, slightly above average this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sanders will be a leader in the locker room. And he's still a stud. So he's going to do nothing.
Yeah, he just had Flacco throwing him the ball.
And he still had good games.
Yeah.
Like, just wait. He's going to be great.
Yeah, I think it's a good pickup by the Niners.
Yeah, I do too.
And when you're, what are they, 5-0, 6-0, 6-0?
I think 6-0, yeah.
You got to make moves, right? Like, no time like the present to try and make a run in the NFC if you're the lone undefeated team in the NFC.
Yep. Yeah, I agree completely. And then I guess more trade news. This is just super exciting. I love the trade deadline. It's just lots of people are moving. But what is it, Martellus? No, it's not Martellus. My brain's turned off.
Michael?
Yeah, Mike Bennett. Mike Bennett has been traded from the Patriots to Dallas for a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, good old 7th round pick to get him out of my hair.
Yeah.
He got suspended by the team. He didn't want to be in New England anymore. He got his wish, and the Patriots turned it into something. So, yeah, that just came down today.
Yeah, it did. Breaking news. Semi-breaking news.
Beep, 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 beep.
Like lukewarm news. And then I think that's about it. Like, I mean, do you guys have anything else to talk about? I'm just trying to think what happened.
Not a lot happened, but I think we covered most of it.
I mean, we can talk about this more when we go over our picks, which is actually kind of a transition, but the stupid Redskins covered the spread against the Niners without even scoring a point.
Yeah.
That just rattles me so much.
That was a tough football game to watch.
Yeah, when you bet the over, you got to look at the weather. And it's totally on me. I should have looked at the weather and realized there's literally torrential downpouring for 3 hours in Washington.
Mean, who was it? Robbie Gould, the kicker? Is that who it is?
Yeah.
He missed one. So,
yeah, he did miss one.
He could have got me more points, and he could have got you to hit the line there.
We made $550. It's so choked.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah. I was sitting beside Harry watching that game. Harry can attest how unhappy I was.
Thanks for the input.
What a transition into our picks now.
Yeah, I might as well run through the results of last week. Eli mentioned that he took San Fran -10. They only won by 9. That's a loss.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
He also took Detroit +1 versus Minnesota came out and crushed the Lions. His lone win this week was New Orleans +3 versus Chicago.
Nice.
And then he took Philly +2.5 versus Dallas too. And the Eagles came out bad. So 1-3 for Eli. Now 13, 14, and 1 on the season. You've fallen below 500, Eli.
Yeah, not doing well. I mean, and that directly translates into how my betting has gone this season. Not well.
Yeah, that's fair.
I am hemorrhaging money right now. I need to win. I need to win something bad. But actually, while we're on this topic, I am now all over betting the over. I'm doing it. I'm going to at least bet 2, maybe 3 overs a week. And I'm now loving it because it saved me. I was even talking to Harry. Me and Harry were just sitting watching football. And I was so worried about a couple games. Or it was the Houston game. And the Houston-Indy game. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to cover. And then I realized I took the over and they absolutely smashed it. So big fan of that right now. Because then you're also not even worried about your team. You're just wanting touchdowns. And who doesn't want to cheer for touchdowns?
Yeah, that's fair. I like to stay away from over-under.
I'm liking it right now.
But, yeah. I don't find the odds that great. I mean, it's usually like -110, -105, -115.
It's good to round out your card, though, because I'm not like you, Rawls. I'm not picking the money line and then just making 40
bank.
or $50. I'm going all in. I want that $500 payout to just cover all my losses in 1 week.
I won 95 on a $25 bet, 4-team parlay on the money line last morning games. So there you go.
It's all about the prop bets.
All right, back to our results from last week. I went 2-2 as usual. I had Houston +1 versus Indy. They lost. Philly +2.5 versus Dallas. They lost. My wins were the Rams -3 versus Atlanta and Green Bay -5.5 versus Oakland to go 2-2. And your leader, your champion so far, Harry Burton, back-to-back 4-0 weeks.
Yeah, that's huge.
Harry hit -3 KC over Denver, -3 LA over Atlanta, -3 Jacksonville over Cincy, and +3 New Orleans over Chicago for a 4-0 record. Harry now 19-9 on the season to lead the way.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. You know what they say, if you're not first, you're last. Right now I'm first.
That's true.
It's too bad you're not actually betting on these games, or you would have made some decent money the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
Harry.
My budget I just can't afford to gamble. I just get nothing out of it.
You can get money out of it.
I just have the worst luck.
You get the exhilarating.
Now that
you get the exhilarating rush of gambling.
Weeks, I go and make a bet this weekend and then I lose, and that's probably the way she goes.
It's just how she goes.
All right. Well, this week, I guess I have to go first still because I'm in last.
Yeah, because you're the worst.
Then Eli, who I'm catching. And then Harry finishes it off. All right. Riley Pollock, 12-16 on the season. Slowly making my way back from an 0-4 start in week 1. I got Indy -6 versus Denver this week. I like Indy. I think Jacoby Brissett's come in for Andrew Luck and played well, and their defense is really good. And I don't really think Denver's very good, especially with Flacco as their QB. So -6 Indy over Denver. I got San Fran -6 versus Carolina. Battle of the undefeated quarterbacks this week. Jimmy G versus Kyle Allen. I I just think San Fran's defense is going to play well enough for them to win by at least a touchdown and stay undefeated. I got New England minus 13 versus Cleveland this week. There is no way Baker Mayfield has a good game against this Patriots defense. Absolutely no way. They're going to smother them. If they get over 10 points, I'll be surprised. New England minus 13 versus Cleveland. I think it'll be more. And then Pittsburgh minus 14 versus Miami. I think Mason Rudolph will come back. They've kind of figured out a run game, and their defense is playing a lot better. Miami's not going to do anything. I will easily take Pittsburgh minus 14, even though that's a large spread. So, recap, Indy minus 6 versus Denver, San Fran minus 6 versus Carolina, New England minus 13 versus Cleveland, and Pittsburgh minus 14 versus the Dolphins.
Nice. Hey, did we count the week that we didn't do this?
Yeah.
Well, last week?
Yeah.
Because I think I won with that Dolphins pick. With the Dolphins to cover.
That may have been 2 weeks ago, and I probably just put it in there.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just remembering that. They didn't win. I did totally call them to win outright against the Skins, but it's just...
Yeah, no, you did you got the cover win. I have those in there.
Yeah. They just reminded me, because I was going to say the Dolphins suck at everything, but they got me the cover.
They did.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go.
All right.
I'm in the same boat as you, Riley. I'm taking New England over Cleveland. I mean, they're just not going to beat the Patriots. That's just how she goes. Not much to say about that. It's kind of a no-brainer. I am going to take Jacksonville minus 6 versus the New York Football Jets.
Excellent.
And then I want the brisket in Denver. Give me all of Jacoby Brisket. I want it all.
I'm glad we're on the same page there.
Yeah. Put it on Denver omelet. The brisket. Easy. Lock it up. Indy minus 6. And then I'm going to take the Rams minus 13 over Cincinnati.
So you got a couple high double-digit spreads too. Me and you are both going high this week.
Yeah, I'm going for it. I'm losing. I gotta do some gambling. I mean, those are pretty much shoo-ins. I think those are easy picks. I'm being rather unimaginative with this week, but I'm losing.
Yeah, you got to get back in it.
Yep, got to get back into it. Post a nice 4-0 here. Hopefully Harry just blows it, even though he has one of my games.
Yeah, well, let me pick my own games here, Eli. I'll also get some of that brisket. I'm taking Indy minus 6 versus Denver.
Slice us a piece of that brisket.
Like you guys talked about earlier, ATL sucks. I'm taking Seattle minus 3.5.
Can I just hop in here? Eli, I'm so mad that our two favorite teams, I'm not even excited for this. Like, usually I'd be in your grill all week being like, the Dirty Birds going to kill the Seahawks, but I have zero faith. I'm pretty sure the Toronto Argonauts would beat the Falcons at this point. So I just wanted to throw that in there, that I'm pissed that this isn't a better rivalry week.
Yeah, I know. It's sad.
Yeah, bird is no longer the word.
Yeah, sorry, Harry, for interrupting, Harry.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay, I'm taking Detroit.
Continue, please.
I'm taking Detroit minus 7 over the Giants because it's the Giants, and Detroit's been playing well. Kind of meh. This whole week I'm kind of meh about, but we'll see how she goes. And then I'm taking San Fran minus 5.5 over Carolina because Jimmy G is a stud, and...
We have a pick discrepancy. Riley, you've got yourself Niners minus 6 and Harry Niners minus 5.5.
Well, I'm using Bodog like we're supposed to be.
Harry? I mean, there you go. That trumps. Bodog trumps.
Well, Bodog... No. Like, I'm checking the score because it takes 2 seconds to do that. Like, if I'm looking at the score right now, those are the odds. And...
Yeah, well, different sites have different odds, and we agreed to use Bodog.
Okay, well, give me what's the differential there?
Are you taking San Fran minus 6?
Yeah.
Still.
Hell yeah.
All right. There we go. Well, that's our picks, boys.
All right. Nice.
We got to talk Survivor Pool. It's been a couple weeks. We're down to our final 3. We were down to our final 3 last week. All friends of the show. All people that we actually know. There was quite a few people who I had no idea who they were in the Survivor Pool, but I actually know all 3 people left. So Liam, Zach, and Justin, the final 3, all picked Buffalo to beat Miami last week, and all won. So we're still at the final 3 for survival. We'll see who they pick this week, but it's getting down to the nitty-gritty. We started with 48, down to 3 in 7 weeks.
Yeah, it's definitely getting down. I also want to do a little college football red alert for everyone here. Yeah. Okay, so this week, couple good games I'm a little interested in here. The first of which is going to be, and I just scrolled past it. Where is it? Was number 13 ranked Wisconsin plays number 3 ranked Ohio State.
Yeah,
well, this was to keep your eyes on.
This was supposed to be the big game, and then Wisconsin blew it last week.
Yep, exactly. So that's one you want to keep your eyes on. And then also number 2 ranked LSU versus number 9 Auburn.
Yeah.
Could be a good game. Auburn's upset city.
LSU is got a bad couple weeks. Auburn, Alabama. Sick.
So, yeah, that's what I'm getting to. And then next on November 9th, everyone put this in your calendar. Number 1 Alabama versus number 2 LSU. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, I really want LSU.
In Tuscaloosa as well.
I want LSU to beat Auburn this week so bad so that it really is a 1 versus 2 next week.
Oh, I'll be so devastated if LSU loses to Auburn.
Where's Clemson? Is Clemson 3?
Clemson's 4.
What the hell?
Yep.
Is it because Sunshine just isn't playing as good as he did last year?
Yeah, he's not playing. He's not having a crazy year, and yeah.
All right. Well, I will definitely be catching those games. I've been tuning in to quite a few college football games this year. We should also give a shout out to Chuba Hubbard, Canadian from Sherwood Park, leads the NCAA in rushing yards right now.
Yep.
Pretty nasty. Oklahoma State boy. And in talks for the Heisman, I mean, I don't think he'll get it because there's some pretty good quarterbacks this year, but shout out nonetheless. Yeah,
no doubt. But yeah, so that's my we haven't talked college football in a long time, but yeah, that LSU Bama game is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I will definitely be watching.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right.
Well, that's all we got for you guys this week. As always, thank you for listening. Check us out at Squib Kick Radio. And with that, we will talk to you next week. I got you stuck off the realness. Think not the shit's too hot. Too hot. Too hot. Rock you in your face. Dab your brain with your nose bone. I'm a vampire walking on the surface of the sun.